showing good stuff on land in some of these bigger games.
Time to find out whether he can, and anybody else will, step up alongside him. I'm just still excited that Evil Geniuses are representing a North American roster and giving a chance to a bunch of young guys who are playing in a region with some struggles at the moment and trying to make a name for themselves. So that's what I tap into coming into this one. It's an uphill battle, but it is a 5v4 for at least half a second. Brolin on the fallback, may have lost his teammate, but the two guns he holds still look to pop off. George Apslurk could connect to something, as EG will take their time with this pistol. Couple tap shots from automatic. Nothing there. Rez getting curious. Ooh, now that he's in Boiler, you know he's going to be problematic to any kind of mid to A hit. And if he ever decides to go clear George, could serve as another issue. Hampus is going to serve up the distraction on Arch, and then we're going to see what Rez can do with the Berettas. Pops Hexed, and then that peek from the other side. Yeah, him pushing up into Boiler like that, so good.
Yeah, such a great move. After Brolin got his kill, shoved him back down Banana. And let's see about George. Here we go. Peeks in, dinks in. 30 seconds, and bomb is just in this sort of triangle of doom, it feels like. But the first couple of headshots here. Oh, another. What? Oh, wow. If Hetrick wasn't right there.
Whoa.
We've got one guy defending the bomb with red HP.
Yeah, George was getting a little curious George in that instance.
Curious George.
Curious George.
Yeah.
2 kills.
He would have really put the G in George right there if he had won that round.
Some people spell George with a J. You heard about this?
Sorry, is this a bit? His name is literally spelled with a J.
Yeah, I know.
Okay, okay, yeah. Well, is there anyone else?
There's got to be. Somewhere out there. Georges with J's. Wild scenes.
On paper, it makes sense, but...
Rolling. Just pistols, not a problem. Little mid player looking for the impact. Brolin's nade catching automatic, so yeah, your Glocks aren't going to get much. Done.
Why can't you spell Connor with an A?
I mean, you could.
If you spelled George with a J.
Yeah, but you can't stir up the dust here. There's already a lot of arguments within how to spell Connor. There's the NNORs, there's the NNERs, there's the NORs. You know...
Is there NERs?
Are there what? A single NER?
Yeah.
I've never met one, and I better not ever.
Yeah, hope to never meet one.
That guy better keep his head down.
That's coming from a double N-E-R.
Yeah. For the record.
Yeah.
Let's see it with the guns, EG. No chance in the last, but you saved it for this. It feels like Ninja's playing, you know, respectful. Even Rez's position inside Boiler wasn't taken out of the gate. We're not getting crazy mid-swings. I was curious whether, you know, a Hampus config would kind of let loose on a team like EG, bully them a little, try to flex that gap in skill, but it is back to Banana. Brolin peaks wide. Flash finds its mark. There are 3 here, though, with more nades to be thrown out. Oh, the spams? Just so much.
In between them.
And the nade finds Walko.
Lost in their teeth right there.
Dropped to 15.
But they did, now they know. So this will be a little tricky for Evil Geniuses who don't win back top Banana. Don't go back to flash it as well. All the CTs here ready, and they want to get a little bit more info. This is very nice movements from the Ninjas. EG are thinking, well, damn. Wait, but there's 3 on Arch. Oh, there's actually only config lane side, so a Hall's pop might be a good idea.
Man, it's just such little health, though.
And the rotations, they peek into mid, they don't see anything. They're going to leave. Hampus is going to go towards B.
Oh, one brat from config, and he could have a multi-kill. Flash makes it a little awkward, so it is just a one and done. That smoke keeps them off, gives Junior a chance, and he will catch Hampus. Walko's got to walk around. Such little points of HP. Yeah, single bullet, and insult to injury straight between the eyes. So Junior 1v3 attempt, gunned down by Head Trick. Config taking one with him. It's just not enough. If they had a bit more health, then maybe Walko's got a chance to just get over, plant the bomb, put, you know, Junior into a 1vx from inside pit. We've seen it done before, but we won't see it in this one. 3-0 for the Ninjas.
So here's the way they start the round off, using Brolin aggressively, and we want to see more of that, of course. It's sort of, I mean, he's not been all too consistent in like since joining NIP. I think expectations were a lot higher for Brolin than what we found. Honestly, I think we still all agree Brolin, an excellent rifler. When he joined the team, best player in Sweden that wasn't on NIP. All these things were true, but since joining the lineup, I mean, you know, he's not carrying for long periods of time or anything like that. So that's what they're aiming to do, I think, is set up a situation right now where he is going to be the carry. And this is going to be one of his most key spots.
You know, I've kind of been thinking about Brolin and comparing his trajectory now to what Rez sort of did. Oakland MVP performance made us all think he was the next big thing.
I mean, yeah, but what was even Brolin's Oakland MVP performance?
Oh, God, it's even worse. Gamer Season 1. That was Brolin's.
Was Brolin there?
Yeah, it did.
Oh my God.
Yeah, bro.
Wait, so he came from the reality TV show?
I'm pretty sure Brolin was a Gamer Season 1.
Casted?
I only did Season 2.
Oh, okay.
In Skövde, Sweden.
On the ski slopes.
Yes, our hotel was on the top of a ski hill. Ask Paula about it. Head trick. Easy. His automatic peels around the side of the smoke ahead of the rest of the team, and Hex does the same out from Apps. Pistols, yet again, not going to find zilch in this one. 4-0. And Ninjas, of course, having just sat back, watched Vitality, Dispatch of Complexity, are thinking, well, we can do that.
Can you stop talking and find out if Brolin was on Season 1 of Gamers?
I'll push the buttons.
Can people still go back and watch these, by the way?
I don't know.
YouTube or something?
Honestly, man, sketchy things happened at Gamers. I wouldn't be surprised if that was wiped from the internet. I'm just, you know, I think I'm legally safe in this instance, but yeah.
All right.
You know, there aren't many reality TV shows that have teenagers living in a house, and
the way you framed all of this is going to have people looking even harder.
Yeah.
I think we've got to know now.
Don't forget, Lobo was also on Gamers Season 2.
Well, that explains a lot. All right. But Nip, their 4 rounds, good rotations. Good start from Brolin and Head Trick. Head Trick, sort of the junior of Sweden, if you will. Been very consistent for a Nip. The carry Opper. I was talking to Hampus around Media Day, and, you know, this is the first time that, like, this team has had an Opper that you can rely on to this level, you know, since forever ago, right? And they've tried some Oppers. They've gone even to, you know, up-and-coming players and stuff like that, but Head Trick was a really great bet. That's working out beautifully.
Oh, Walco, get wind of it.
Honestly, that spot is just not that good, man. No? It's just not. Like, if a T approaches you carefully, they basically have to forget.
Rez looking to draw it all back, but he only gets one, and Hampus is smoked off. This is looking like a clean opening for the EG camp. Junior looking to maybe keep pressure on that smoke. Flash will do the job. Keeps Hampus spraying away. Automatic has to make sure he doesn't get shot. 7 HP for him, 20 seconds. Bomb's gonna go down, and not in the bad way. It's a plant, as Hampus can't quite catch him, but Automatic, again, 1 bullet, all it took. And so we're to the 3v3 with the retake coming. No util, but there are kits in play. And that utility problems for both sides. Locking in the new box is Junior. Hexed in the corner, and Banana Support just holds off to the CT cross. Hexed peeks. It's Junior's kill. Simultaneous attacks coming in from this post plant, and Config contacted by Junior, who puts up a double to give EG what looks like, and is indeed, their first of the 5.
And not even as expensive as it could be, which was honestly Nip's only aim at that point in the retake, considering there was no chance to pull that defuse off. So really well done here for Evil Geniuses into B to stop this 4-round streak and start this kill. And again, this position, as you can see from the T approaching, Brolin's huge on his screen, whereas Brolin barely saw a shoulder for a second. And this is one of the spots. It's like the A ramp regressions where I'm like, I see it in pro play and I see it not work in pro play constantly. So
yeah, I'm trying to think now, like, what other positions are there in the map pool where you're hiding behind a completely wall-bangable piece of cover that thin with no safe fallback, except it's like, yeah, that is a risky spot to be. You're making it glaringly obvious. As the fact checkers report back, Brolin was indeed on Team Red for Gamers Season 1. And he didn't even win.
Wow. And he didn't win.
Oh, no, they lost in the finals. Big stack up here, though. In the smoke.
Oh, okay.
Brolin.
That's a much better use of him, and honestly,
love that.
all the Nip players.
Rez right behind him, both of them engaging as smoke fades. Very clean. Comes at the cost of Evil Genius's hope of converting. Unless Hex wants to get real wild. And he does. Get the headshot to Config. This ace... Oh, but never mind. No bomb. Bomb still sits back on Banana, so as the fireworks pop here towards the A sites, Head Trick looking for the last one. George, they're coming for you, buddy.
George might just be happy to sit in CT at this point. That's a pretty damn good round on the B push. I just like how hefty the attack is, the CT move with 3 people involved from NIP. We have seen some very big and ambitious rotations in the last couple days from NIP when it comes to CT sides, and I think it's been very fun to watch, and it's actually worked out most of the time, I would say.
Yeah. Shout out Hampus. You know, you lose Banana in the last round, so what do? You take it to him.
Triple down.
To me, that's kind of Hampus to me.
I asked Hampus, I mean, it was like, you're going to change anything after having a break? And he said, you know, game philosophy, it's not like changing, but did learn a lot of stuff. Actually talked about playing with Alexi and said overall he learned a lot to build brick by brick on the player he was, but after taking a stress break, you know what I'm saying, coming back fresh and saying it's... The hardest thing to do is sometimes find a way to take a break when you're in the Counter-Strike circuit, right?
Yeah, and we know how quickly things move in this space.
Yeah.
Where it's like, if you miss one event...
And a break can do a lot. It really can.
And so are the Ninjas right now. Head Trick 10-1, 5-1 is their team over EG. Not quite getting this one started, but it's the buyback, and it looks decent. Nice amount of grenades here for Evil Geniuses, just Mac 10 on Walco. Let's see if the Banana aggression comes out again from the Ninjas. No need. Not yet.
Ouch, bro.
What?
Wow.
Brother.
He's just, it's just RTSR strat, and so he gets a power up from going below 10% health.
Are these like World of Warcraft things, or what are you talking about?
Dark Souls.
Okay.
Speed run strats. You know?
I don't.
Brolin's got to go fast.
Head Trick flashed off, too. We got openings here for EG. Not that they know it. Head Trick tagged. Big pack of players to wrap around Arch. And it's Config in the pit. Smoked off on one side, so he can't actually come at this Arch fight. All he can do is hold off on short. Another flash on Head Trick, and Hampus empty-handed. Head Trick tries. Can't. Not on his own. But they may forget about Config. They're going to come clear pit. They give him a kill. George facing downwards in it. Hext is looking for the plant, and Automatic catches that timing on the flank. But there are eyes on this bomb site, and that means Hext stuck in the corner. Junior not looking to come help, but Hex can fight it back on his own. And EG, with the 4-man Arch to A play, have found an opening to a 2-5 score.
It was a solid exec. Like, everything was in order. They cleared out everything really well. There were multiple points where they could die. You see how many CTs actually died in the site. They had a very tough defense to get through, but the exec was so good that, I mean, I think they made some of those fights a lot easier than they could have been. So, shout out to EG for that one.
A respectable approach to the bomb site.
Yeah, and that's what that's what we saw with this team before. Like, they were able to do stuff like this consistently versus good teams. I wouldn't say they had, like, necessarily more structure than the main EG lineup or anything. I just think they had better structure. They were just a better team.
They were.
Yeah.
I think it all made sense. This is what it always should have been. And now it is. Of course, the departure of Rush in order to keep Automatic is...
sad.
Yeah, for some reasons. Also exciting for others. But, you know, that's a change and a conversation topic that I think we'll be able to discuss and unpack as we add time to this formula.
It's just sad because they built it together, but, you know, it's just business.
Yep.
For what it's worth. But I mean, some roles change around too, you know. So I mean, you could even argue that with Rush, they probably start better.
Nothing
you know?
would have changed.
Maybe you bet on the fact that in the future, it might be better to have automatic. I don't know, but that would make sense.
They've positioned themselves for another A play, but we've got a heavy emphasis on lane, head trick included. Config next to him, and Hampus holds on Balk. See what Audi gets up to on B. He's got a smoke.
Oh, he's by the spots.
Hex just flies out. Config's up on the rafters. I guess Hampus must have been flashed or just behind a box, and another player comes out as Hampus is still playing behind said box. So he better pick up the slack here. He's been found out, and Junior cleared him.
That's a big one. That's Junior allowing the plant now.
I hope we have that from a third-person perspective, because somehow, someway, EG just fly out of the apartments, down into the setup.
So they were going for the lane split, but the Walco dies, turning the corner on lane, and they're executing out halls at the same time. It's a great setup to counter what they saw.
Done.
And now the last player is Rez, going to die right here.
What
and that's
was
EG
that?
3 in a row. So that's the perfect setup. That's a perfect attack if you're doing 2-lane. You know, ninjas are not ready for a Halls pop at all here, as you can see, obviously.
Well, Hampus is still on site, right? So did he get flashed?
Yeah. So the guys in mid are flashing for their Halls players to come out. So for 1 second, they can't cover it. He jumps out into lane. And the rest is history.
Well, look at the opening that presents EG.
It's a great call.
And that's, of course, Walco, in-game leader for this squad. Not much known about him yet. Oof. His nade found its home.
I know something about Walco.
Yeah, tell me.
Him and Hex have been playing together for 5 years.
Damn. Okay.
Yeah.
Playing some games with your friends, and look where it gets you. On the other side of the world. Config not going to get another one with just the USP. So EG, 4 round wins.
Yeah, this is one of the things that Hex said, and one of the teams that said that they're just really good friends. Like, all of them are just really good friends, which is also very nice.
Helps.
Yeah, this is kind of like the era of friendship, right? I mean, a lot of teams in like early to mid CS:GO days were like pretty angry and won. Virtus Pro were pretty angry and won.
Yep.
Astralis weren't that angry. They weren't like... Yeah, they were just kind of in the middle. Days are okay. They're pretty... Not too much.
Fnatic always kind of seemed pretty angry.
Fnatic were a little angry.
Or we were angry at them. You know?
Yeah.
LDLC, happy was never...
Navi, extremely angry.
Yep. Yeah, it's true.
Lots of anger.
You know, maybe rage is a tool that can be wielded.
But these days, Vitality on top, happy.
Heroic? Happy.
Happy. EG?
Happy.
Jovial.
G2?
Ask another day.
Okay. The era of friendship. I thought this game was supposed to be cool.
Turns out friendship is cool.
Not when you say it like that. Here's the push on Banana off the flash. Perfectly timed from Rez, man. You can see that setup coming a mile away. And Brolin on the point blank. Stuffs through.
Yeah.
Damn,
Perfect
dude.
timing.
Yeah, we talked about the good call of that apartments pop where, you know, it's all the right pieces in the right place, but it just gets swept away one way. This is an exact same situation, but for NIP. Flash,
NIP.
perfectly timed. Everybody coming in. Nobody playing counter flash either.
It has been a great game so far in terms of like
Smoked.
who's picking the attacks. We've got some wins to the CT side, some wins to the Ts and the attack as well. 2-round game, but still money here for EG.
Rolling fast. Ooh, double app setup and Yorge.
Head trick hits all the easy ones, most of the easy ones. I'd say he's one of the most consistent offers right now that's hitting the highest amount of easy ones.
And the hard ones?
And then the hard ones. Everyone we talk about hits the hard ones. You know? We don't talk about anyone who only hits the easy ones. But it's so much more important to hit the easy ones.
You're making sense, man.
So,
Thou doth speaketh
we
truth.
talk too much about people who only hit the hard ones. So. But these days, honestly, the elite oppers, they don't miss much. These guys are all...
Craftsman.
They DM.
Rotate comes back from Rez. Getting into the right place at the right time. Ahead of time. Time limited. They think they can press out Arch as easily as last time. It's going to take a kill versus Rez. And he'll fall back. He confirms them. They can chase if they choose to.
Time's low. They got a wrap.
They decide to double it back, so it's going to be Lane instead. Config, chance to shine. His moment. Oh, no, not
He didn't
good.
smoke it properly.
Yikes. Hext's going to burn him out. We've still got 2 within the site. Time can make this weird. And Happus, he's just going to hide behind boxes. They swarm around him. Automatic takes him down. Bomb's still not picked up. Oh, they fumbled this. Or did Walco just get in on time? Oh, it goes down. And that is by the skin of their teeth.
1v2 potentially. They're both on the site.
Stuck behind box. Rez looking for the headshots. You know the op's going to stay posted, and then Walco will pop up if he needs to try and trade out, assuming Junior dies. Rez, dead. EG with milliseconds.
That was huge. I was like, Walco, please get that bomb. Please get that bomb. And then, you know, it comes down to 4 seconds. They prioritized getting the kill on site. That's great. They made sure they got that trade, but they could have planted without it because they got their lane kills already. Especially this one, where, you know, Config's trying to set up. They throw a really... First of all, they have to throw the Molotov perfectly to make sure that, you know, if he throws a smoke that's nowhere, that's just slightly off.
That's what happens.
That's what happens.
So Hext being pixel perfect.
Pixel perfect Hext.
Config not so much. Hampus gonna get caught playing around with his pistol. Automatic, playing it cool. Nice second flash. Very nice. Gets the pistol up close. Junior gonna get rushed down, but he'll hold his own. Glock shot to Brolin's forehead. And this should tie us up again. Should. Headtrick's still in the bomb site.
It's looking like 2 even strength teams so far.
Sure. Walco, the jumping headshot.
This is, of course, EG's pick. So, that's something. They always do be picking Inferno.
Right amount. Like French Canada. Europe light. Evil Geniuses, Ninjas in Pajamas. 2 evenly matched teams. Except for Headtrick. He is unmatched at the moment. 16-6. Do not let the score take away from his individuals right now. Op has been a problem for EG at times. But he's not on the op, and he's also the only B player right now.
His presence alone has scared him off.
All he did was throw that molly. He's got a second one.
Yeah.
They're going to play brackets first. Ooh, Walco alone on that peak.
This is... they lose a piece, go back to B. They're kind of sensing the setup. Maybe this will be a demo play for them to speed up, but do they react to the smoke? There's an interesting situation Headtrick is set up for them.
He smoked it himself after Molotoving it.
Yeah, and now Brolin will get there as well. I think this turns bad for EG. The flash, though, is in.
Yep, and it's good. Headtrick kind of stranded there, caught out. CT push denied, no sir. Ooh. George and Hext with the entries that EG need. This is a 4v5 rotation back to the B site. Spam takes 2. Down ever so slightly is Hext. Junior's going to be a little cautious now, but he's also got the op, and Ninjas, they need to go for this save. We've got EG leading this T side.
Yeah, they actually they had a nade. They didn't throw it far enough. They had a molly. They could have thrown that at quad as well, but okay, it's actually a great flash on the attack from EG as they're coming in. They kind of blind themselves too because Headtrick was playing close to it, but clearly they knew something. After this kill came down, it's 4v5, and they have to approach a very strange smoke. I actually like that Headtrick throws something a little different. Could it make you scared? But they don't overthink it. They kind of knew what the setup was going to be. They had a good feeling about it, so they trusted intuition, went for a flash, grouped up and hit the site. Everything worked out beautifully. I think basically the calm there is max one here. You know, like it's not some weird multiplayer setup behind the smoke, so let's just group and hit.
They kept it simple, and it sliced right through. Now we've got limitations here for Ninjas, so EG, the floor is yours. 3 to the B site start. Not getting adventurous. They'll lean back with the MP9 and Deagle, the 2 most limited players here for the Ninjas inside the B site with Rez to support them. That's 1 smoke, 1 incendiary on each bomb site for Ninjas right now. Yeah, no longer looking so confident. They don't want to get too adventurous. They'll just play their sites. But you've got to bank on your individuals here holding off the majority. EG been doing a good job of keeping that, pack tethered nicely. Whether that was the Arch to A play a few rounds ago, the B hit in the last one. Hampus decides there's an opening here for him to go and scour. Junior's holding this angle with the op.
Oh, what a move from Hampus.
Yeah, he's found a space.
The only issue is that they just leave, but the bomb is staying here, so it's a fake towards B, 3 Bs in the site. Hampus probably telling his team, we're cool for a second. This is about to turn to explode on the A site.
Config doubling back in time, but those other players still so far removed.
They got to organize a little faster, though. 20 seconds. A Molotov. Oh, it's not coming out, though.
Oh, and he dies.
Oh, Hampus wishes he threw that.
Bro, that molly top middle makes it so much harder. And now Config's going to have to do everything, but he's blinded, so's his opponent, and Walco regains vision in time. 2 frags to North America's IGL, and EG will get through. You're absolutely right. Hampus is beating himself up right now.
Yeah, I mean, he was going to search for info, but didn't have to worry about B at all, So he had to prioritize staying alive. And also, he thought about the molly, which probably makes it hurt a little bit more, but that lane molly ruins everything. If he throws that just right in front of himself and they smoke it to run through, they're screwed. Like, there's no way.
And at that point, you're talking...
They don't even have time to go arch in that situation.
Exactly. 20 seconds left in that scenario. Hampus puts that down, and he's so much more comfortable. And I see that nervousness.
Yeah.
I do. I see a team that's just trying to get one of these. Oh, come on, guys. Let's get one of these last 2. Transitioning into the save.
EG very much knew what they wanted to do that round. It took them a little bit extra time at the end, which made it look a little scary, but they were definitely right. They ran into the lower stack site. They're kind of understanding what Hampus's setups are in a couple of these situations. It feels like the prep has been good. So, timeout here for NIP. The last round of the half. This could be very solid for Evil Geniuses. I think people will be talking if they win this series. We're a bit far from that potential result, but it's NIP are probably on the lower end of the better teams.
That this is a chance for NA players that have never had one before, or at least not all together. You can call Junior Fury a chance something, but I mean that was a massive task. We've talked about it in the past. This is a Tier 2 North American squad with a chance to drop some Europeans. Of course, Config, not going to go down without a fight. Never does. And Headtrick, 18-7 still. So watch him take over this server and cause problems. As he peeks down Banana, he'll get traded back, and Automatic's going to use that as a chance to chase. Brolin, love it. Leaves a smoke with a gap just to get automatic into his crosshair. Anybody else want a piece?
It's the flamesy one way.
Junior tries to step into it. There's support here now as well, so this could very well be a 7th for Ninjas. But EG, we've seen it before. Just throw yourself at the B site when it feels like nothing's left. They're approaching that situation now. Brolin gonna catch them off guard with that boost. Nicely done. And so Ninjas will take away a 7th at the end of this. Surely. Unless Junior wants to prove to us just how much he's gone home to improve.
So, well, he knows that someone has pushed down mid. And I think he knows the rotations exactly. We saw Hampus play a little bit too close to the flame last round, you know? And Junior realizes it's a rock and a hard place, but if he goes B, it's probably 2B. If Hampus leaves him a gap or makes any mistake here, there's a plant. Oh, and he goes to clear it, but...
No, sir. Not going to happen. So a 7th, Ninjas. It's enough, but they better have a good T-side in store. Don't forget, a 4-0 start to only 7 CT rounds. Yeah, Config fires hot, and so are EG. 8 rounds over the 7 of the Ninjas in pajamas. But a first half's only that. The first half. Let's see if they can take it home in the second with that 1-round advantage. Pistol numero dos coming at you, and I wouldn't want to be Walk, though. Solo B play. Sure, Hext has the kit if a retake is needed. Could go for that fast mid flank. You know, there's options here, but Ninja's not showing their hand. In fact, Ninja's not doing much.
It's coming B, though. It's coming B. I just want to see where this nade lands. Oh, and this is great. This is great from EG, actually. Perfect timing, and they have to... They kind of read this correctly. Now they're going to rotate back over to B. And let's see what this HE does. It goes a little too early, but he's got another smoke with him. Not going to throw that yet.
Exec comes over. Fast mid push.
They're going to need the kills, too. You know?
Automatic. Had a couple chances there. It's Junior to trade him. Head trick has to turn back to Banana. It's not just 1 CT, but 2, no, 3. They could have rotated far more through CT spawn, but instead Walko plays it on his own. George and Junior. Couple J's. And we've got Config and Rez left now. Post-plant condition. Rez, ooh, can't get that third one. And it falls on Config's broad shoulders. Quick shot. Position confirmed. Remember, George has the kit picked back up now from Hext's dead body. Config swings.
Oh!
And while covered in smoke, the stick comes through.
That was nice.
Clean retake.
That was a clean retake. I mean, keeping the smoke, kept 2 smokes in that situation. The perfect timing on the mid re-clear. Caught NIP walking back to Banana. B player and Walko doesn't die on the exec. Gets his utility off. And look at this cover from Junior on the retake as well. And that's Raz putting together a really nice 2K, but they out-fragged him. They had a really good retake. That was just nice, man. That was nice.
I love at the end of every round, I can see Hext, like his brain is churning. Like, do I talk shit right now?
Yeah.
I'll stop.
Maybe you can get an interview.
Of course, with that bomb plant, Ninja's not going to waste any time. AK for Rez. Tex and Deegs for the others. See what the CT side can offer. Ooh, Junior straight up wins the duel. AK trains hands into Hampus's.
Look, Rose holding a little high, huh?
Yeah, it was off the mark.
It's a new map.
Ooh. Automatic. Just gotta hold.
They could easily forget about this. Oh, that's
peeks
a lot
out.
of damage.
Yeah, takes half of Brolin down on top of the frag versus Hampus. Hext in the pits with a teammate. So he can play the MP9 inside smoke. It's going to reside down beneath balcony. Site itself looking like it belongs to Ninjas. Double nade. They're going to forget about Hext.
Yeah, double pit. So
Oh, they could forget about this for sure.
they run by it, going up to graveyard, but he's losing sight of players right now, and now they might not have anything to watch, so they might just incidentally see him. He's going to play it slow.
Going to take his time. He knows he's behind their line. You can see Headtrick scouring pit, but...
Brolin's the guy to watch here for Nip. He's got the 1 AK.
Switched over, now confirmed, and with enough time, oof, a dink right back. Brolin turns towards Moto. Everyone confirmed, but George clears one close, and Brolin's pinned in such little HP for everybody, and Brolin's got the thickest piece of cover. Holds with the Tech 9, gets charged down. George will try to get onto the bomb in time.
I think he might.
It's going to come down to the wire, but EG off of Hext in the pit.
Woo!
Take 10.
Yeah, Brolin did such a good job right there. The fact that he got one more kill, almost able to delay. But George did actually a great job of trading in the midst of that too. Hard shots for him to hit. Overall, for him to, get tucked into pit. Made the executive decision to switch out to the M4 after not being seen or heard. I think that was actually a pretty brave move, but it netted him a kill. It displaced the other T in the site, and it had them coming over, his teammates coming over with knowledge about, where they would be. So, okay, but that's ninjas with not much to work with, almost winning that round. So
Nice shot, Junior.
2 8Ks.
I wish I had Hext's confidence at that age. Oh, I feel like he likes the limelight. Embraces the moment. Of course, it helps when you're winning. We'll see if they can keep that up.
How old is he?
Younger than me.
You'd better hope.
Yeah, I would. Yeah. Automatic here, of course. Layer number 3 for this EG A-site defense. Hext posted up. Incendiary off the skybox. It's going to land in front of the pistols. They run through it, taking some damage and feeding Automatic. Woo! A clean triple with the A1S.
Bad.
Frag out, he's dead. Scout connects. We've got Tech 9s tearing them back up. 2 young guns here for ninjas. Low HP, but weapons.
Oh, no plant.
Not today.
Dude, that's a key nade right there. I mean, the molly came afterwards as well, but that's a plan in action and acted quickly.
George just dunks it on him. George having himself quite the game. We've seen Junior's op shots, but George 14 and 8.
Could have been Liquid George,
Headtrick backing up and caught off by Walco's MP9, so that is a 4-round lead now. Sure, lesser weapons, and it's still the bomb plant with damage against EG. But it is Evil Geniuses ever closer to that 16th round.
It's nothing like seeing people set up grenades quickly. You know what I mean?
I love it.
Yeah.
Because
you know what I hate?
Yeah.
I really just feel like calling them EG Black. You know what I mean?
Yes, I do. I know exactly. Oh, okay, that's all. I do want to call them EG Black.
Yeah, because that's where they came from.
I don't think we're allowed to, though. I think we have to call them Evil Geniuses.
They're not paying me.
Yeah. The one guy, not kidding.
In North America. Knee slap. Knee slap.
Guns back up for ninjas. That bomb plant helps with the buy, but again, George, brother, tearing him up. His 15th. Going off the flash. Wanted more. Config gives him something to think about. Quick AK headshot. Oh, and he gets Walco as he jumps onto the barrels. That could have gotten weird. Automatic's going to have to pick up slack here. And that can sort of be said for his whole half as of late. Flash goes over. He's thinking about the peak, and he will catch Hampus. Job done. Smoke down as well. He can play behind it. Gives him a little bit of sanctuary, and ninjas walk away because Rez has found timing and an opening on A.
It's quite an aggressive clear right here from Emo, so it doesn't just sit on the pillar. And he sees that no one's actually come in. Hext is in an interesting spot because they could walk right underneath him. He's got a great catch-all position. It's great on the opposite side of default. We'll see if Rez hard clears this or running up into the site.
Oh, Config's dead. That one's easy. Then Rez has the trade, though. Luckily for ninjas, Headtrick didn't make it too far forward. Could have easily gone down to the same spray as Config.
Are we trying this? I mean, we're definitely within the realm of possibility here, but
it's just one flash.
Yeah, just one flash. It is a 2v2. They've kind of made magic happen a couple of times so far, but they don't have a lot of money.
Yeah, this is, a tempting save.
I think it's like 3v2 no-brainer, 2v2 like, I wish we were closer. I wish we had this. I wish we had that.
You know, but
I wish it was 2015 again.
yeah, they'll let this slide.
It took about 8 years of CSGO before people learned the value of the dollar. Think about that.
What can a dollar really even buy you nowadays?
Nothing in Denmark.
Nothing in Denmark, I'll tell you that much. Except water. That's free here. You know, Rez is like still hands busy with the smoke and can't trade. Hex only gets the one. Even with the save, it's a weird one from EG. So timeout justifiable. Give Walco and Axed some time to talk it out, figure it out.
Hempa said he hasn't spoken English in about a year. So he's been hanging out with all his Swedish friends.
Damn.
He was at the Swedish chalet.
Oh, okay.
Outside,
Cottages, or whatever they
like northern Sweden.
What do they call them? Surely they have a special name.
Swedish chalet.
Fillahuli.
Fillahule.
Oh, sorry, no, that's Finland.
The Swillahule.
Love me some lol.
It's a lulu.
Ollie out. Banana's yours for the taking, but...
Oh, he's going through it.
George, what you up to?
What a...
Oh, flash! Wow. Goes back a second time, and Hampus is still around to trade.
They see a second, and he
Ballsy.
gets through the smoke as they're running away. This is huge info. I like this more for EG, I would say.
But does
Gun's
Walco
not
move?
great.
He sat back. Even though they've got this banana info, there's still no movement from Walco.
Wow.
Oh, and if ninjas just keep moving forward, they're definitely going to get here first. I mean, he could have left 10 seconds ago. He is just on a P250, so, you know, it's not the best. Junior also pummeled back by utility, looking for his chance to get impact. It's Hexed from inside the site.
Another tag.
He could be the big one here. He's got the smoke to keep him covered. Walco tries to press out. Automatic's flank finds its timing. Head Trick and Rez now stuffed between the two. And Hexed point blank holds off a little longer. Head Trick fumbling with nades. Automatic's got it all. 3 from the top mid flank for the 4-round lead.
Damn, it's a film from Automatic. Really well done on the rotation. Hex did a great job staying alive. Scout tagged 2 people from Junior from within the pit, and it's all about the information play they make over on B. They get the info early enough. Walco doesn't want to overreact too soon, but they tell everybody on A, hey, be ready. Attacks coming towards you, potentially. Then they get over there in time. Info wins that one just as much as individual play because they didn't have great guns. Love to see Automatic fitting into the new setting as well.
I suppose in that instance, like, yes, Walco doesn't rotate fast, but at least Automatic was still pushing down Banana. You know, they could have thrown Walco on Arch sooner, but Automatic was keeping up the tempo, and we see how that rewards them.
There's the other thing, the other point too about not overreacting is that if you do the hard rotation out of there, right, at a minute 5, and Automatic leaves going through CT spawn, let's say. If it's the case that it's a minute 5, NIP could actually change their mind within that amount of time.
Sure.
And so, as long as they don't think A will be exec upon right away, you should wait as long as you possibly can. But, you know, that's a matter of, you know, seconds, right? You're making that decision based on a few seconds.
I love how much...
That to me shows composure. That you don't move right away. You know how much time you have exactly to get away with it. And you're going to use every little bit of information based on how long you can stay around as well.
No panic in that last round. I love how the rest of Evil Geniuses all pop off, celebrate, and cheer, and Automatic in his 3K round doesn't even crack a smirk. Focused on that 16th. He knows false hope. Job not done. Spams through smoke. Nothing found. Junior. Ooh, lots of bodies here. Man, they could come running at him. Hell, they could line up for an op shot too, but nope. Config's Tech 9 presses outwards and gives another gun over to Headtrick. Now he's working with his specialty, and the peek from Automatic gets punished. Looked like he wanted to chase them. Sure, Hext sitting inside sight on his own, but it's an MP9. And eventually Hampus is going to come back around on lane. Hext is pressured, but still holding off and doing a good amount of damage versus Brolin. Sure, Rez can turn back inside the library, and with that kill to Walco, this one comes crumbling down around EG.
Oh, it's a big shame for EG. You know, that's actually not the best attack out of Ninjas coming in through Arch. They run right into an op, dry peek him twice, and basically Junior misses twice, and that doesn't happen very often. But he has a great fight right there. 3 guys lined up inside the archway, coming into CT spawn. No flash, no molly to displace him, nothing to make him blink. And yet he still misses. So this is how it goes for NIP. They had less to lose and less to work with coming into this round. So there's that. But EG, they set up such a great situation. A 4-round lead into CT side. And now they'll have to go right back to money trouble.
Real money trouble too. I mean, the fact that all 4 of them are right there, why? I mean, that's such a golden ticket in that moment to pounce on an Opper. Tech 9 at the front. Can't say Junior didn't have a clean chance.
Yeah, he was trying to be extremely careful about it, but yeah, needed the kills.
Force. EG gonna swing for this one. They're setting up George.
Now here's where NIP just needs to, like, okay.
Just
take that
don't make a
opportunity.
mistake.
Yeah, exactly. Such a big opportunity. I mean, they had their own, you know, sort of anti-eco that they fluffed themselves, so it's revenge for them.
It was also something we got out of them in their opening games too. Take all the time in the world. Minute 15. There's also an extra pool of utility somewhere towards CT. Oh, never mind. Automatic grabbed it all. That comes off of George. That cache of util. Gonna get burned by Automatic. Smoke down. And again, Ninjas playing the clock themselves. They signed up for exactly this.
Yeah, it's on the minute with another smoke. They have to throw that one first, like...
Sizing up apartments. Still res full control. That half of the map.
Man, full kit on this side, so another molly will be here for Automatic. Just gonna search out a boost, not see anything. But no one from EG is moving, and...
They're lacking that Galil over here on B.
They really want it to be the A site in this situation, so molly will come down.
Both directions. Gets smoked out. Clear path of access for Brolin. But Walco takes one down, and that pack of players is coming over from A. Galil could start spamming through. They're going to go clear orange. Galil damage is substantial.
Bomb almost got dropped on the way crossing, but they manage it. Okay, the delay of time works out very well, but again, EG really wanted it, would have rather it be the A site after all that.
But hey, they still had Ninjas frazzled for a second.
They did, and, you know, NIP had to wait patiently for every single thing that EG wanted to throw at them there. So it works out in the end. Ninjas don't fluff this. They only lose 1 player, actually, and they get into double digits.
Yeah, good on you, Hampus. Just double check. As we said earlier, 2 evenly matched teams. Duking it out. It's Headtrick and Brolin right now. George, still the top of EG, but Walco fully blind. When I saw that flash pop, I knew Walco's full white, but why not just keep clicking?
I knew before the flash popped.
Oh, did you? What are you, an oracle?
Yeah.
A fortune teller?
Mm-hmm.
A sham. Khalil gets grandfathered forward into this one. Let's see if he gets to shoot anything this time. It's over on B out of the gate. Go on, head trick. What you got? Little utility dance, but still. Walco holds his smoke. Junior burns his. That was the 2 pieces of util they come into the round with. Wonder if they'll rotate a little faster this round.
Yeah, I think, hard to read the map at like 2-3. They're not going to win.
In the round
they know that
previous,
Nip are going to play slow, so, why not gamble?
the round before this was a little bit slower, so just pick up that tempo ever so slightly. Change it up. Config. It's just a couple pistols, but automatic blind
flashes.
USP and goes untraded.
George got it, yeah, and now they've got Archer.
No.
But are they going to leave?
Brolin's running up. 5-7 finds its home.
Bomb down.
Hex has dropped it. Rez doesn't get the trade frag either. Now Rez, you don't want to push out. You know that George rifle's not far off.
25 seconds, 20 seconds.
Could go back around from Boiler. There is still that extra. They're gonna save.
This is unarmored.
They're saving.
This is
it's
automatic
done.
and Walco with no armor.
Automatic blind USP headshot.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
I mean, listen.
Oh, that's hard. That's hard to.
I think that the time runs out because ninjas don't rush this anti-eco. They try to play both of these anti-eco so carefully that it comes down to the clock. And this one's versus worse guns. No armor on a couple of players.
Ooh.
And that's opportunity seized here from Evil Geniuses, who again have a very solid foundation. Did a lot of just smart things here that shouldn't necessarily net you the win, but will set you up to punish.
Ooh, that's a tough pill
That's
to
a blunder
swallow.
for Nip.
Yep. That's a gut punch. It's an eye poke. That's the worst feeling in Counter-Strike, folks. Or one of. But it's recoverable, of course. You just have to have mental fortitude. Easier said than done. Brolin playing around Banana on his own. No contact, no pressure. Guns all around this A site. Already found out. We've had Junior on these angles, and now it's George with the Galil. Ooh, sprays. Doesn't fall for that player jumping in front of him. Knows he wants the target in the back first, and then connects to config.
Man, they were trying to jump by an op, so they got a misread on that setup too.
Nice change of positions there between George and Junior. Head trick. Burned off by a third. Automatic presses out. Then his support and Hex gets the first one. That setup completely takes everything that Ninjas had left and drops it on the ground. Head trick just hoping he can save this off for the next, but no sir. Clean sweep of the T's.
Wow, they got mauled.
EG 2 away from winning their map pick.
Another solid setup, another big individual play from George straight up.
Change.
Yeah.
Change, something fresh, putting George in Junior's angle.
These two-player setups are good too.
Guys are so obvious!
That's great. We need a compilation now. They've got enough different stuff said, you know what I mean?
Sometimes that trash talk's not really backed up, but that was a great read.
Yeah. I mean, the thing about trash talk is you got to do it win or lose, right? You're not going to win every game.
Yep.
But if you don't do it when you lose, then you're kind of a bum. So
Yep.
people make fun of you more when you do it when you lose, but you just got to do it all the time.
Yep. That's why I still poke fun at Pimp.
Yeah.
Even though he, as he says,
Losing's going to stop, though. You're going to...
has me in his pocket. Is apparently the way Pimp sees this world. You know.
You'll get over it. Nip will get over this loss.
Yeah.
The world will keep spinning.
You know, I've seen that Pimp content. I've seen him in tights, all right? I know what I'm up against. I'm fine. Set up down middle. Keep it simple, ninjas. Definitely winnable here if Junior misses a couple shots like he did that one time on Arch. He does have 2 players behind him, but Arch is looking so open. Config just walks straight into the crosshair. Massive shadow advantage there for Junior. Not going to miss his chance to strike down an opening kill.
Yeah, he's been an awkward death these past couple rounds. But it is a round where they don't have a lot to play with, so...
It's going to have to be head trick with the AK. Utility here to support it. Exec could be clean enough. Nice track from Junior. Goes for more. Missed the third, but 2 shots landed already, so he's done his job and can lean on the AKs inside of the bomb site. Hex does die, and so will Automatic. It's a Resin Hampus 2v5 with a double kill between them already.
They got the AKs, they got the armor.
They got 2 flashes on Hampus within that site.
They need Rez to go crazy in the pit here. It's a chance for Nip.
Does Hampus want to just sit within it? Flashing lane. CT's repositioning to go 1 out from balcony, 2 from short. And that's Junior coming out with an AWP. Rez keeping his head tucked down beneath it. They're just letting these CTs get ever closer. Util comes over. Rez repositions. Smoked out of his original spot, but still he takes the headshot. We're talking 2v5, and time's starting to tick real quick. CTs on the front of the site can get nothing done. Hampus and Rez do it all themselves.
And Junior missed a shot right there from apartments. Needed that one in pit. They smoked it so he would be out there. They set that up for him. Didn't see it on from his POV, but that was one. If he locked it down, the site collapses, and instead 2v3-1. And whoa, what a shot
Just
from
picks it up.
Hampus. Yeah, I think that's a great fight if you're on the side of default to swing into lane, you know, the way the CT did. But all right, they do that 4v5, and they do it with half guns. There's been a lot of these rounds won. But money's still not great here for Nip. They win with 1. They've got 2 MAC-10s.
Ooh, little mid-peek from Automatic. Dives back. Nobody top alt to fall victim to that one. Set some crazy rounds. Nothing feels safe right now. EG winning with lesser weapons. Ninjas pulling out a 2v5 in round 25. Oh, and Walco caught out on an aisle. George blinded, does get away.
To see him rotate.
Looks to drop Util, looks to go back.
Uh-oh.
Another flash, perhaps over top, and George just doesn't press all the way out. Utility going back and forth, but that bomb plant is down.
Oh, they had no idea that could have been that close on Banana. I guess it's been some rounds since they've tried to hit this site again. But to be honest, they should be cutting their losses after that first sort of unfortunate death.
They're sticking around. They've got 1 out.
Yeah, I mean, if they keep the, at least I guess if they keep the money low, it's going to be MAC-10s again. So there's that.
Still winnable. They're playing for it. Smoke on the bomb. Automatic gets the trade. Oh no, bomb's planted front orange, so nobody's getting across. And this just ends up being very costly for the CTs. They get swept away.
Does that trick die?
No.
Oh, he lives with the op, and that's important because, again, things would have got expensive.
Oh boy. I mean, easy rebuy for EG in this round had they survived. Instead, now you've got 2 players at 2.5 thousand.
Crazy, actually. I thought they had more money than that. I was like, why would they even be trying?
Like the fact they didn't go for that 2 versus 2 like 3 or 4 rounds ago, but then they did try this round.
This decision making is starting to atrophy here, and that's
getting their wires crossed
off of a half buy. So, you know, nerves might be setting in for them as they can see the finish line. This gives Nip a chance to bring it back, and this is for Young Axed actually to now take a timeout to get his troops back in line. They're going to try again another eco, and Nip are going to have a chance to redeem themselves on another eco.
Gets away with 12 health as well.
Yeah, considering the money here, you lose that first guy who had no idea they were top Banana. The site gets overrun. Your CT player gets spotted. Call it a round. Like, go in for the next one. You make a loss bonus and you keep all your guns. Instead, you got this.
No deagle for George. Just still, it just doesn't sit right. Again, that That 2 versus 2 on A felt more winnable than what they just threw out. A little mismatch. Automatic. Yeah, you'll find Brolin at the very least. The bomb's still inbound, will be planted. So this game goes on.
Bomb has been planted.
Headtrick and Brolin putting up enough numbers to definitely pull this game away. You know, one thing we have this conversation again about automatic and rush. You know, you see these timeouts where like Axt is coming in and Axt is working with essentially 4 players who are around his level of experience. I feel like when I would see EG Black, it just felt like, you know, Rush was a bit more outspoken. Mid rounds with intact pauses, etc. And that communication and that like contribution to like the culture of the team and like the, you know, the hoorah. I don't know if I see that from Automatic at all. Even when they're winning rounds, he's not pumped, he's not hyped, he's not he's just not he's not nearly as, I think, talkative as somebody like Rush, who really feels like one of the boys. And obviously that's because
that's who he's always been though, right?
Sure.
So
yeah, it's not surprising to see this. It's just, I think that's like the contrast I draw between Rush and Automatic. And on an individual level, it's up for debate at times. I feel like Automatic has a higher ceiling, sure, but then Rush does bring something different to the table. But alas. All anecdotal. Headtrick looking for the opener. We can sense it. Doesn't rush the issue. That makes Walco jump. Couple bullets whiz by as you're just crossing through smoke. Config took a chance. Nearly rewarded. George sits on the same angle. Could have gotten problematic,
it's an
but
important piece of retake here.
they'll hold on.
They get info inside of middle. This was Ninja's plan. Minute cross. Rez will take another peek. They want to try to be adamant about this, it looks like. And we do have money with the junior op over on the B side, so that might free up the riflers to move over.
They're coming.
They don't know. There's still no decision being made yet. Bomb's starting to walk back towards B. Brolin readying to lead the charge. Walco's going to see after no smoke. Nothing inside of middle. Automatic. Rotating back. Junior up to the plate. Players on his left and right.
Man, he's got to put up something special here. Automatic's running over. There's a single smoke for Hext. Freebie. Config again just walks into the scope, and then the peek out from Automatic gets one, but we've got Brolin up close, and a smoke on Coffins has given him his space. Walco wasted no time, and as will Rez. No time wasted. Instant headshot on the flank. That's deep banana control coming out from Ninjas. They could press as the CT smoke fades. Headtrick missed shot. Banana's dead. Headtrick's collateral. It's a 1v3 queued up, and it's Junior to give EG 15.
Oh, the denial. What a collapse, but honestly, with the 3v1 situation and the first missed shot as well, you got to think EG should have won that retake, and Headtrick nearly made magic happen, but Junior to lock it up, and honestly, the setup looked really good. The 4 riflers towards A, the op getting an open line on the first kill, the rotations coming in just in time.
Automatic getting out from the smoke just as Brolin has passed it. That's what cost them one of their banana players. I mean, poor George, dude. His foot gets shot.
Yeah.
Oh my fucking god, dude.
Yeah.
Job's not done, kid.
Well, we've got a lot of great CT rounds. I mean, both teams are making a lot of mistakes in this match, and that's made it very exciting to watch. But the fact that EG are ahead after all the mistakes from their end and from Ninjas, I think is something we wouldn't have expected.
Big clutch for Junior.
I feel like Config has had a very awkward half in terms of the way he's died.
He's been walking into ops, man.
Yeah, the opening death, sort of unaware of what angles are being held.
We saw it outside Boiler that one time. We've got it now on the front side of B site. Contributing factor here to Ninja's 2-round deficit. Therefore, EG's 2 rounds to close. Looking to keep it simple. George not too far off. Floating in the CT spawn. We've got nobody in the corner on Arch. We don't have that op, nor George posted. It is very much a Colonel defense in the bomb site, and that bomb is tears 2 clean down. Walco empty-handed, but automatic, looking to be the difference maker. Plays around in sight, goes for the pit player, takes him down, and Headtrick off the box. It's George half health. It's EG 1 kill away from taking a map off a European team.
Oh, Headrick's going to hear Junior running through.
17.
Headrick goes to the side. He knows the 1v1 here.
Plants safely as the fire gives him the cover he needs. It is George to the left. It is Junior back around him on the right. And it is Headtrick stuck between 2. A flash for Junior if he wants to help George press out from Library, but he's just getting closer, and he's doing it quietly, and that is a clean one. But Headtrick stuck, so stuck in this spot. The op goes out, the flash finds himself, and that little bit of cover is all he needs to extend this to 30.
And there's a clutch from the young one, nearly getting the collat 1v3 on this previous round, but making up for it right away. And this will prolong the potential win for EG. They could have locked it up right there.
Man, it's sloppy. It's messy. He flashes himself in a 1v1.
This is a nasty find. George is literally trying to suss out any information he can get for Junior to approach from lane. And he has one chance to hit that shot before Junior's going to come in at the same time as the Arch player, and he hits it. He's clutch.
Ooh, look what it leaves EG with. Double MP9.
Only because it's this game. We'll see what happens.
Only because Ninjas have lost to less.
I would say because EG have actually done so well with utility more than their guns, honestly. But are they rattled? Do they have time to think about what the strategy was going to be? They were thinking they were going to win right there and then. Oh, that's
nice
a solid
nade.
grenade, though. This softens things up for the MP9, the 5.7s.
Util worth its weight in gold so far here in round 30. Smoke ahead of the pack. But how antsy do they get? How many of these pieces of utility do they burn?
This is a cool move, actually.
Play.
That's a cool place to go instead of bracket where NIP have always been.
Not
Rez has
once
a blind
have they
spot.
pushed through apartments. Not once
Rez has a blind
EG
spot.
done this.
A massive blind spot, but
It gets cleared.
God.
He's not automatic, but he doesn't
So
know
the thing is, now they know it's going to be a B play, right? So
taken back.
and now they're 4. CT should just rotate. Junior should just be going to B at this point.
Oh, they're uncertain. George going for the flash to try and stun them. I mean, George is going to have to do something miraculous in the face of all this pressure. Flash goes out, stalls the first one. 5-7, good for damage. Walco, he's waiting, but he gets stuffed. Brolin kills him on the smoke. Junior just not there fast enough to set up Walco with the flashbang, and now it is a desperate attempt. 2v4 retake. Deep position coming out of Ninjas. They have done enough, so it seems, to stave off EG. Hext, not going to win his duel. And Junior, it is far too desperate. This goes the distance.
Okay.
This goes to OT.
I think this was deserving because with the amount of stuff that happened in the second half, it's pretty unclear who the actual better team was. Ninjas bring it back after a fantastic clutch out of Headtrick and surviving this round, which definitely could have ended in tragedy multiple times. I think this round right here, I don't think Ninjas realize how many ways in which they could have lost. I'm not sure if Evil Geniuses recognize the opportunity. Communication breaking down in some of those moments, I could totally understand. Like, it is feeling like life or death at every second. You get the info in ult, you've got one pushing out very far, Hex comes back for the trade. Well, now it's not going to be a lot about pistols. It's going to be a lot about rifles.
But fair amount of that tail end of the first. Oh, hold on. Oh, head trick. Nice adjustment. Config. Simultaneous kills.
Yeah, but was there no flash for that push?
Yeah, good question. Walco's still ahead of the angle. Same situation. Oh! Head trick.
So sharp.
A smashing triple kill up
That's crazy.
the banana. That's the bomb behind him. They're going to press through. They're going to plant.
Frags.
And that is 16 NIP.
32 frags. The
He
first
has
round
been
OT.
putting up a star performance. 16 real quick to the Ninjas.
And and DG really tried something different there. Just 3 riflers sort of re-peeking into this op with different pieces of utility as bait. None of them work. Headtrick stays fully focused the entire time. Ready for any aggro whatsoever. Oh boy.
Oh, okay. Artillery strike finds Hampus. And more damage on Brolin. Going back to your previous point, they've been doing a great job with the utility, EG.
There's at least that, and that's why I'm not expecting them to just collapse.
Yeah, no flop.
You know, for all this to just be about how mentally they were in it, or like the mood, or anything like that. They have like good solid game plans, good utility. They were bringing rounds close when they don't have much to work with. So hopefully that preparation pays off. The last round definitely looked like they were... all they wanted was the head trick trade. They couldn't do that, and he's getting stronger and stronger, so...
Ooh.
We'll see what happens.
Config just keeps crawling. Ooh, he's traded spots. He's right behind.
Oh, but he can't get through. Wait, is he?
Oh, automatic actually gets the better of it. Oh, that's weird. They like pressed into one another. Oh, and he slides under. Good find here from Config. Looking for more, but Hext holds off back sight. It's the pit op that gets smoked off. Hext having to do everything, and his gun goes dry. Desperate to just survive. Not going to happen. Brolin plants 2v2. It's OT, so the retake's coming.
George has good utility here.
Walco's going to have to put up some impact. Both of the CTs with kits as well, but this is Brolin and Headtrick, 2 well-performing players for Ninjas. And they've already gone for the mid-peak, so Headtrick sees that mid's clear, comes back, missed shot though, awkward, and Walco catches Brolin inside of the pit, so now just keep this op off-site, start to defuse that bomb, and all is good. Exactly that. 2v2 retake for EG.
Wow.
To tie us up again.
Well, they pulled that off. That's, yeah, a couple of missed shots, opportunities here from Headtrick, and again, the nervousness goes both ways, so... Well, what more can you ask for from this kid? He's been doing amazing work so far. Config makes a very good play to make this as difficult as possible, but the site hold is solid enough, and George doesn't blow this position. That's so key, right? Headtrick has to decide. He knows he's going to swing from graveyard, whether or not to go ahead and swing early, or if he can just take out that guy on the bomb. One shot, doesn't matter. George can't get to it in time. And now, 1-1 in OT. And I think a mental reset, too.
Early banana control for Ninjas. Nades come back as an answer. We got the apartment set up again. We saw that in round 30, the automatic Hext MP9 push. First time they threw that out in their 15 rounds of regulation. And if they get bored, Hext could go again.
Do like them having hall setup in general. It's been completely underplayed from Nip.
There
See if they get lazy on the attack, yeah.
Hex moving out. Hampus, though, just right there. Oh, Rez, if he chases it. The Opper gave up the angle. No trade potential. Rez just close enough. And do they use that as a trigger to go? Smoke on front balk. Junior's going to be in the pocket. Big play potential on this.
Yeah, automatic watching his halls.
They're coming. First shot's good. Dives back. Oh, hits the B-hop. Quick reposition. And Automatic's kept his head down this whole time. We've got 30 on the clock. And another shot out of Junior. Third's not his. Headtrick answers. Audie with the double. And EG, the edge. 2 rounds on that CT side.
Some clutch hopping out of Junior. A bit of revenge for him because he's missed some big moments, actually, as this game has wound up. Done a great job overall, but when the pressure has been on, I think they needed him, and now he's delivering. So they've got the round lead at least at the end of the first half of OT. And it's this hall setup that goes from the Astralis hall setup into an aggro push into Junior fanning out into lane with Automatic watching his halls. That pays off on every front. So another good idea here from EG, punishing again the fact that Ninjas have been in halls so infrequently.
losing sight of Banana early on. We've seen Brolin play ahead of the car, come creeping down Banana at times. Definitely a potential threat for EG to think about, but they will not underplay Apartments. Very quickly taking in position. You know Config's been in pit. You know Config's been struggling throughout this map. And right now he's kind of out of position to go grab that util. Ready for any peaks, but it's not there.
Yeah, they've also been underplaying pit in general. You know, the halt pop earlier on in the first half from EG worked out so well. This time there's not going to be a sniper on lane. No bracket control here for the CT side. They're actually kind of playing very vanilla, very scared at back both on B and on the A site. In a situation like this, it's usually better to, you know, end up going B, but 3-2, you really can't go that wrong.
Oof. Config's job just made infinitely harder.
Throws a smoke a little early, but there's still no time to wait it out completely.
Hex looking to attack it from short. Hampus playing tall box, holds. He's got support behind him. It's Brolin in the site, and Config takes refuge in Little Pit. Gonna try to keep himself small, go unnoticed. Arch wraps happening. Automatic's about to come out from Moto, and nobody's watching that smoke. Oh, Automatic has to bring this back because everything's going so well on the front of it, and sure enough, he jumps on both, gets them, and the bomb can still be picked right back up. Headtrick doesn't take his chance.
Oh, and a safe
doesn't
plant
press the issue.
in the site as they're coming up lane slowly, clasping their hands, hoping that the bomb doesn't get planted. Op shot in for Junior, now 2v1.
Rez, with everything to do here, full kit of utility. If you want somebody to put up that clutch, let's see what you've got, Rez. Junior in the bomb site, which means Op up close could be problematic for him. And Automatic gives the cover, standing in the open, shots fired, wallbang's great, and Automatic's still alive. Incendiary to offset the Opper. Rez knows he's stuck between them. Tough spot to get out of, and he won't. It is 18 EG.
Almost a bit too much patience out of Automatic, but a spray transfer to compensate and more. Beautiful last bullet spray transfer onto the second guy as he came through the smoke slowly. Oh my god. And then this shot's easy, and EG hit 18.
Oof. Junior with a couple zingers. But it did almost feel like Automatic missed the golden opportunity.
Yeah, that Moto smoke was still up. Then two players died on lane, but they dropped their guard. The lurk came through, and they had time to pull it off. He did have time to wait. He was right.
Yep. And that's the one thing. Collected. Ooh, but not this round. Jumps up, and Brolin's going to catch him off guard. Playing behind the wood, inside of a smoke.
Interesting, they see this op actually go back outside of mid, which helps them speed up a little bit towards lane. Let's see if George gets caught off or gets a kill.
Third chance for Evil Geniuses to close this map.
They run bracket quietly. Smoke's going to come down, but they don't anticipate this rotation from Headtrick.
They peek before the smoke pops. Looking to create a timing. Still, things could go south on the B site. You just puncture through, then get that plant and hang on for dear life, but CT util in response to the pressure has EG holding off. Plenty more grenades where those came from. Can take some time, go clear out alt mid, make sure that you're not getting flanked already. Could still end on B. Hex wants to try and take attention away, or straight up create an opening. Hampus and Pit, they're leaving. Headtrick's gone. Config's starting to float around. Config back towards middle, confirms it. Oh, Hexed! He catches Hampus off. Config throws himself right back to Moto, but he's gone unchecked. Config has slid underneath Hexed crosshair. He lost track of it, but he could still clutch it himself. Just enough time for the bomb plant. 35 HP versus 3. He's going to get gunned down by Headtrick. That op is again just creeping out. Two players creeping past Moto was the death of his teammate and Hex himself.
Hex took sort of a shallow clear on the other side of the default box, and his teammate ran in with the bomb, thinking the site was clean and he could plant it and go for something default. But now it goes to the last round. I mean, that was 3v5. It would have taken some magic to really pull that off. This opening play from Brolin was fantastic, and you know, this kill as well. I mean, maybe it is weird to see him rotate that early into library, but they were clearly worried about what would happen inside of mid after Headtrick took damage. So Is this the last round, or is this just the start of another OT? That's what we're about to find out.
4th attempt to close Inferno.
Both teams still kind of showing that they're equal.
Config and Hampus on the front of brackets. He's going to put out the incendiary, so burning some util off ninjas, but making a gap to play with. Head trick solo apartments angle. George on the receiving end. Good flash. Necessary to keep George alive, as he died just last round to an angle held by head trick. Util makes the difference, but EG in no rush. This time, no pressure now. Contrast that to Brolin sitting in between 2 smokes, hiding on the wood wall last round. This time, he's just on CT cross.
Yeah, they're just starting to come through with less ideas instead of being overtly aggressive over and over again. That Nate narrowly misses a bunch of targets. Could have actually had an impact on the outcome of this game. Because we see the B attack is about to take place. There's 2 players inside of B.
Third's coming. Hampus has the smoke. He's getting inbound with it. There's also an incendiary on Rez as he plays coffins. Grenades that could definitely cost Evil Geniuses this final push. The smoke comes down in front of them. They know how desperate this has to be. There's a little bit of a pocket, but that vision denied. And the kills all go the way of the ninjas. Stuffed on the approach. This goes OT2.
Oh yeah, let's make it a double.
Damn. That opening in the last round towards that A site.
They had all the late utilities, so...
Ninjas hang on.
Yeah, they play it passive on this one, but they have a smoke at the 45-second mark. They have Brolin in front of the smoke. They do bring over a 3rd rotation. They do wait out an arch smoke on the A site to make sure they see nothing's going on in brackets. They're not scared of halls, even though there was some pressure there. It's a good call out. And they'll collect. And now it's a reset again. And honestly... This is not going to be one of those games where it's like better team won, better team lost. These 2 teams have been so close the entire way through.
Reset and go again. Close as hell.
Brolin hits 30. Head trick 36 frags before second OT even starts.
Ooh, already out mid though. EG. 5v4. A little lineup there for Brolin, but he only gets the one.
Well, Hex picks him apart both sides of
Config's
mid.
gotta offer something. Flashed. Dies to Hexed. Config 16 and 26.
Looking like the Canadian Freiburg right here. An entry on Inferno. All 3 points of contact here on the A side. Dead to Hexed. For a minute 40.
Yep. 2 rounds in a row where Junior's just dead instantly. But George... There's a chance to recover something here. Oh, spotted on the fallback. I mean, I understand. It feels way too risky to make that push or to sit around and smoke, but now it's a 5v3 and Ninja's about to be 1 step closer to that finish line. It has only been EG with chances to close this map. 4 of them, none of which they convert. NIP. Better late than never.
It's an assault inducer here for Evil Geniuses. You know, OT losing a 2v5, losing a 1v3 to Hedrick. Multiple impasses where the future could have changed, but now they're in a 3v5 situation. Ninjas would be the ones with confidence in this spot, honestly. Smoke comes down, 45 seconds. The packet's coming towards Walco.
Ooh, Hexed. Oh, no way.
2 up. Wait,
but
Bomb
B's
is
open.
still over towards B. Walco is just pulling guard here. They're running through the smokes, 30 seconds. Going to be a retake, but you know what? It's actually entirely possible now.
It's fine. It's OT.
Volley comes down. They'll have to jump off of this, and they might go for the reverse boost.
Bomb goes behind Fountain, which is, exposed, but Brolin. That's the cover they needed. Hampus with hands busy. Covered by big boy Brolin. And now man advantage back the way of Ninjas.
Oh, the 2K at that late part of the round.
made it look doable, but Walko was so far removed. Now he's just trying to fly forward on Coffins, caught out by Hampus from New Box. And Automatic knows there is nothing he can offer us in this. It is Ninjas with a 2-round lead.
Yeah,
and one from victory.
This is a situation where it feels like for sure that's the full exec on the arch wrap. It's not going to be a CT split. This is a new call from Nip. And with that amount of time, like, you're really stretching it thin if Ninjas are going to split CT to B. So when they shut this down, I understand why the rotation comes out from Walko. It's already a 3v5, right? But the play, it's unique for Nip in this game, at least. They haven't tried something like that. 40 kills, man.
20 deaths, too. That's great.
Yeah, and it looks like he's about to win, too. We've got one last round to put this together.
That was a really good bark, too. Like, that sounds like something he practices. I don't know.
He's a good boy.
I'm getting nervous. It's not a dialect of Swedish I recognize. Nades over top, Brolin down to 35. There, soften him up before he gets a chance to multi-kill. This head trick that has been the bane of Junior's existence in these last 2 rounds. Junior's been alive for all about 15 seconds in the last 2. This time he's a little more passive, now starting to go hunting. Oh, nice shot. Just a bit of arm shown by Config. All Junior needs, and he doesn't get scared back into sight. He holds his line. Opening pick plus early utility damage on Brolin. But do they leave B underplayed? Junior flashed. Automatic comes back with that. I think we've seen rounds from EG where they played it safe and didn't over-rotate, didn't panic, and then other times when they have, they've got to settle that down, find consistency with less uncertainty. And Walko feeling the heat of this top banana play, but there's also fire ahead of the Ninjas. 15 to that clock, and George, it's a quick jump to the skinny pillar, little bits of cover. Now he's over in dark. 10 on the clock. Rez up top. 3 kills, 4 from EG.
Oh, they had their chance. They had enough time to take fights all across that site, but it comes up blue every step of the way. Well done from the rotations B there, just in time, and some great flashes to make sure Nip didn't have line of sight for more than half a second. That's not exactly what I thought was going to happen in that position, but, you know, beautifully done. I just thought it was going to be closer. You know, trades that go by the millisecond. It comes down to a 2v2, something like that. Instead, Evil Geniuses survive. If they bring this to third OT, oh my god.
Final chance, do or die.
I remember feeling so bad for Hedrick in particular when they lost that Asian game to Apex, got eliminated from the Paris Major.
Yeah.
And I'm going to feel just as bad this time if they can't pull out this map.
40 and 21.
40.
Good opening kill from Junior last round. And then that flurry of kills. I mean, Ninja's majority alive until that instant that they all died. We get total apartments control here for NIP. We get nobody foraying up into the brackets out of Evil Geniuses. They are playing this standard, looking far more like the Ninjas CT side when they would kernel up on site. Someone's going to have to do something. We've got pressure coming in. Fast push up lane. And Hex dies to a frag. George stuffed. And NIP all the way through. Everybody pressuring into that A site. Double kill out of Head Trick for 42 frags and a desperate Junior 1v5. EG had 4 attempts to close this opening map, folks. They definitely caught Ninjas off. They have bullied Config round after round, but he gets his at the tail end, and Head Trick, why not? A 43rd sprinkled in at the end.